Musgrave landing on Salt Spring Island. I'd been anticipating diving this spot for months. I'd never been here, but it sits right on the side of a current-swept pass, so I was anticipating great diving conditions with lots of life. Peering down into the bay, there was tons of fish. You could see a school of herring and sticklebacks, and here's a fried egg jellyfish with a school of sticklebacks swimming around it. So it looked really promising from the surface. The bottom was definitely carpeted in life. You can see really incredibly dense colonies of fringe filament worms, but the visibility was absolutely awful, and it really inhibited my diving. This is a blatant act of crab herbivory if ever I saw one. And the common name for this olive seaweed is dead man's finger or sea sax, various things like this, but the scientific genus name is something like Halosacchion, which seems close enough to Holosacchion, which seems really descriptive, so that's what I always use. I don't normally look for octopus. I don't normally like sticking my head in caves and stuff. I don't always carry a light, but this collection of crab shells here at the entrance of this crack was just so obviously an octopus's den that I had to have a look at it. The crack was pretty narrow, but by shimming my camera and light around a bit, I did manage to slide it in there and get a pretty good look at the octopus. And as I was leaving my camera in there, it suddenly occurred to me that the camera was on the end of a selfie stick, and the selfie stick was attached to my wrist. And I was down here holding my breath, probably for a minute at this point. And if it all got stuck in this crevice, things weren't going to be good. So I carefully slipped the wrist lanyard off my arm, so just in case it got stuck, I wouldn't get stuck on the bottom. So Octopus successfully videoed. I returned to the surface, and that's when it all went wrong. I forgot that I'd taken the lanyard off my wrist, and I was fiddling with my watch and so forth on the surface. I accidentally dropped the camera. I was thinking to myself, bad visibility, in a current, on the edge of a cliff. I'm never going to see that camera again. But rather than following protocol and waiting on the surface, I headed back down instantly, and I was lucky enough to find my camera quite quickly. Camera disaster averted. I decided since I'd risked it all to video the octopus, I'd go down and just get another bit of footage just in case. Be sure I got some decent footage. And as so often happens, this was right at the end of the dive where something interesting happened. And when that was done, it was time to head home.